Hi everyone, it's Sam from Sitemate. In this video, we're going to look at how we can use the Sitemate links feature for site check-ins, which will allow anyone to submit a check-in record into your Dashpivot account, but without actually needing a Dashpivot login. So they won't actually be a Dashpivot user. Instead, they'll actually submit that record via the Sitemate app. And what I want to show you in this video is how we can not only generate this link, but how we can set up a QR code poster, which then we can stick on the wall of our site so that when someone arrives at our site or our office, they can scan that QR code and submit that record of that check-in from the Sitemate app into your Dashpivot account. So that's really handy rather than sending out that link to each individual person, because at the end of the day, you might not actually know who's going to be arriving on your site. So it's better in this case to actually use the QR code poster option. And so we're going to take a look at that, as well as what it looks like from the Sitemate user's perspective. So from that person who's visiting your site, what it looks like from their perspective to fill that out via the Sitemate app and submit that into Dashpivot. Great, so here we are inside of the Dashpivot website. First up, we just need to make sure that we are in the appropriate folder where we want all of our check-in records to go. So in this case, we actually want that to go into this site team folder. So I've clicked on that, and if we head to templates, we need to make sure that we have a site check-in template set up. So you can see we already have one here, so it's good to go. All we need to do now is head to the links tab. And there are two types of links that we can create. In this case, it's fine to set it up as a single submission Sitemate link. What that means is that when someone gains access to fill out that check-in record, as soon as they submit that record, it disappears from their Sitemate app. So it's not like they can submit 100 check-ins all at once. So we're going to go with the single option. It also means that whoever's submitting those check-ins, they won't be a paid user at all. So it's completely free for them to do it. So we're going to go ahead and click on our Create Link button. And it's going to prompt us to give it a name. In this case, we're just going to call it Sitemate. Let's call it Site Check-in. And we just need to make sure that we select the appropriate template. So we have a Site Check-in template, so let's select it and click this button here to generate a link for it. Now, it's been created successfully, and it gives us two options. The first option is to copy that link and then send that to the person who we want to submit that check-in record, but that's probably not very efficient and might not work quite well, because let's face it, you probably aren't going to know exactly who's going to be arriving on your site at any given point in time, and it's just an admin hassle to have to send that out to each individual person, either via email or by text message. So in this case, we actually want to go with this option to download and print the QR code poster. So if we download this poster, what it's going to do is it's going to take our link and generate a QR code and put it on a poster for us that then we can stick around our site office so that any visitors coming to our site can scan that QR code to submit that check-in record. So let's download it and take a look at what it looks like. Open that up. So you can see it'll have your logo up the top. It has the name of the link, which is just site check-in. It's got a big QR code that we can scan, and then it's got some instructions down the bottom about what to actually do with this QR code. So you can be comfortable knowing that all of everything that you need is basically contained on this poster. So you just stick it on the wall, someone can scan the QR code and start to submit the site check-in. So that's what it looks like. I actually already have one that I've prepared earlier, which we're going to look at an example for, but just wanted to show you what that looks like. So back in Dashpivot, we're pretty much good to go. So we just click Done, and you can see that our link is now sitting here. So we can hover on here and click Copy, and then send that out if we wanted to, or we can download the poster by clicking this button. You can also edit this link or archive it later if you don't need to use that link anymore. Cool, so that's all that we need to do from the Dashpivot user's perspective. Let's switch over to our phone and take a look at what it looks like from the person who's visiting our site, what it looks like for them. So what we need to do is open up the camera and scan that poster. So I'm just going to scan it. You can see it gives us the link up the top, up here. So I'm just going to tap on that. it opens up our browser and it's got some information. It actually looks quite similar to the poster. So it's got our logo up the top, it tells us what it's for, and then it's got our link. So we're going to need that, so I'm going to click copy. We're going to insert that into the Sitemate app in just a moment. And then it tells us that we need to install the app. If we click the button, it will take us into the App Store where we can download the app. In my case, I've actually already got it installed, so I'm just going to tap the Open button up the top, and it opens up the Sitemate app. Now, if we head to the Forms section, we just click Add Forms, and then it prompts us for that link. So this is where we paste it in, so let's just paste it and click the Submit button. And then you can see it tells us it's been added successfully, which is great. And then up the top, we can see it says Site Check-in. It's a single submission, so as soon as we submit it, it's going to disappear. And we can go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and tap on it. And it's not very long. It's quite a short form because it's just a check-in, but we can put in the name of the person we're visiting. I'm just going to say it's John Smith. Purpose of visit to discuss various things. Obviously, you would fill this out properly later on. There's even a notes section there. But all that we have to do is sign it. Puts our signature on there with the time and date, which is great. And then we click the Submit button. So you can see that it's now submitted. So we're now in the activity section of the Sitemate app. So this is all the submissions that we've done so far. So you can see we've got the site check-in there. Now, if we head back to the Forms section, you can see it's disappeared. So that's because it's a single submission Sitemate link. So if we head back to Dash Pivot, if we go to Templates and go to our Site Check-in template, you can see we've got our record here of that check-in. So we can open that up and we can see, all the details. So you can see all of this information has been submitted into Dash Pivot, but the person who submitted it didn't actually have a Dash Pivot login. And because it was a single submission Sitemate link, it's actually free. So it's free to install the Sitemate app, and it's free to submit those single submission Sitemate link forms. So that's pretty much it that we need to cover in this video. Obviously, over time, you'll end up with all of your check-in records for every single person in one place. You can view it in a register, which is really neat. So you can find a specific person or go back to a specific date and see all the people who attended on that date. So it's a really neat way of collecting all of that info. If you get stuck with anything, feel free to reach out to our team via the live chat on the Dash Pivot website. We also have some other video tutorials covering other features that we have inside of Dash Pivot, as well as other use case videos for the Sitemate links feature. So feel free to check those out. I'll wrap up this video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.